Right, don't punch. No.
All right, Chris, how do you have it scored through 8 full rounds?
I think Roger Gutierrez started to do some better work over those last 2 rounds, landing some cleaner shots. Alvarado slowed down a little bit, so I've got it even up 75-75 in this fight. Big opportunity still for Gutierrez, but he's got to get more active, try to take the title away from Alvarado.
We'll hear from Gareth in just a minute. Chris Mannix has it all square. Does it feel like that kind of fight for you, Sergio?
Well, with those 2 knockdowns, I would probably think Gutierrez will be up 1 or 2 points, but I could see how it's close like that. But either way, I think Gutierrez is either biding time and saving some energy for the later rounds, or Rene Alvarado has found a second gear here and pushing the fight to Gutierrez.
All right, without further ado, we send it over to the UK where Gareth Davies gives us his scorecard.
I don't disagree with the gents over there ringside, but you know what? I think Alvarado is pushing forward more and being the aggressor in this fight. Ricky and I are watching this very intently, and like Chris, I've got it 75 apiece after 8 rounds. It's a very close fight, but for me, Alvarado is the aggressor right now, and I think if he continues this way, he will take the fight. But what a fight it is. It's a brilliant fight to start the year.
I do like that Gareth and I have the same scorecard, but outside of that 10-7 round, I don't think we've scored one exactly the same at this point.
Sergio, which person would you tend to believe when scoring a fight? Chris Mannix or Gareth Davies?
Whenever it comes to something like that, I always go with whoever dresses better, and that's Gareth Davies. Better style.
That's a tremendous criteria, Sergio.
Well, don't forget Chris Mannix's spray tan.
Another quiet round by both these fighters. I mean, after the hellacious start of this fight, to go back and fight behind the jab and show discipline like Gutierrez is smart for him to do, but it's also encouraging Alvarado to come forward, put the pressure on, and get these rounds, these middle rounds.
I love the way Alvarado tries to close strong the last 10 seconds, trying to get his late shots in. And another one of those rounds where you can really give it to either guy.
Right.
Coge aire. Coge aire. ¿Qué pasó? Mírame. Necesitamos tirar más golpes. Él está esperando que le tire vos.
I need you to throw more punches.
Ya, cuando él te abrace, no, tira a la derecha, solo ella tira, no, mete.
When he's trying to clinch and he's trying to embrace, you need to punch in between.
Vamos bien. Digo. Ey, no lo has tocado, dame. No lo has tocado. ¿Ah?
Keep touching him.
Necesito que toque más.
He needs you to touch him more. Keep punching. How do you feel? You can't let this fight go.
Hijo, vámonos. Tienes que tirar golpes.
Let's go. You gotta throw punches.
No te quedes sin tirar. Tira, güey. 3 minutos.
3 more minutes. Keep punching.
What do these two have in store for us? The final 3 rounds. Rene Alvarado and Roger Gutierrez. The WBA super featherweight title is on the line.
And it does feel like Gutierrez is letting this fight slip away from him after those 2 knockdowns. This is a championship fight. You have to bring out the champion in you. Alvarado setting up an overhand right by jabbing to the body consistently like that.
No holding. No holding.
Earlier, Gareth Davies said that Gutierrez might have some regrets about not going for that knockout earlier. What regrets would Alvarado have so far through 10 rounds? What could he have done better?
Not get knocked down, but other than that, there's no regrets right now. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. He showed the heart of a champion. He's coming forward. He regrouped, and he might be winning this fight. Back in this fight, the momentum shifted. I mean, that just shows courage and championship heart.
Yeah, I don't think Alvarado will have any regrets as to how this fight has played out, at least not up until this point. I mean, he said himself, watching Gutierrez film, Gutierrez is a better fighter than the one he faced a few years ago, and we're seeing that advancement tonight.
Box out, man. Right.
Alvarado and his brother Felix are the second twin brothers to simultaneously hold world titles in boxing history. Name the first, Sergio. Twin brothers, simultaneous world champions. Recent times.
Oh, Charlos.
There you go.
There you go.
Jermell and Jermal.
Ooh, that jab stunned Gutierrez, I think. That was a power jab by Alvarado. Gutierrez clinching.
Rounds certainly have not been as dramatic, but just as physical as Alvarado and Gutierrez continue to batter away at each other. And now we get set for the championship rounds live here on DAZN from Dallas, Texas. And there is Felix, who looked sensational earlier tonight in his win.
Incredible. I mean, these two, what they're doing on the championship level, just showing championship courage and heart, coming forward. And Creel, you got to give him a lot of credit, but Felix Alvarado did what he had to do.
Tírale. Hijo. Tírale, hijo. Tírale. Vamos. Vamos, aquí no se va a quedar el título. Lo costó tanto, no puede dejarlo aquí. Vamos, tira, tócalo por todos lados.
Keep touching
Hermano,
him
no está
everywhere.
diciendo toca aquí, toca allá. Usted tócalo. Vámonos.
Let's go.
Vámonos, ya no tiene cómo noquearte nada.
He has nothing to knock you out with anymore.
Well, Alvarado has no knockouts past round number 9, and Gutierrez has never fought past round 10, Sergio. Uncharted territory for the Venezuelan here as we enter the 11th round.
Uncharted territory in the championship rounds. And this is what I'm talking about, that championship spirit.
Who has the edge here down the stretch, Sergio?
It feels like Alvarado has a little bit more pep in his step and pep in his punch coming forward. It feels like Gutierrez is comfortable just fighting off Alvarado instead of going forward and trying to push the fight to Alvarado.
The better moments for Gutierrez in this fight have been when he's on the inside like this. He's been throwing punches. These last handful of rounds, when he's been inside, he's just tied up or leaned on Alvarado. He's got to get back to throwing punches on the inside.
Well, it's interesting. You look at these two guys, and Gutierrez looks taller, he looks longer, but in fact, it's Alvarado who has a 3-inch reach advantage. Both men still moving pretty well, though. No one's putting their feet in cement and just throwing bombs.
When both fighters are moving well, you're gonna score the fighter moving forward, and Alvarado's moving forward, putting the pressure.
Box out. No.
You can tell both of these men trained extremely hard. They look relatively fresh considering what they've been through, and we're in round number 11.
Gutierrez told us he was training in the mountains altitude of Medellin, Colombia. He sparred over 130 rounds. I mean, so fatigue shouldn't be a factor here.
Break. Stop.
Gutierrez just 3 losses. That's a pretty good. Whoa, a swing and a miss from the hills there from Alvarado.
Break.
Combination work there for Gutierrez. Every punch landed counts now. It appears this one will go to the scorecards, and both Gareth Davies and Chris Mannix had it even just a few rounds ago. So anyone can win this fight, hypothetically, with just 2 rounds left.
Break.
10 seconds to go here in round 11. This fight has been spectacular at times. Had some lulls in the action, but both men continue to throw.
Nice. Don't do that.
3 minutes left. WBA super featherweight title on the line.
Chupa eso. Acá, escupe aquí, güey. Están enojados.
Tenemos que ganar este round.
Tell him not to hold, okay? Wait. What?
Not to hold.
Es la última.
Ya dijo. Cierra. Cierra. No está esperando.
Él se está ahogando. Si lo tocas
Tocalo, abajo por todos lados.
You gotta work him, punch from every angle.
Combinarlo.
Combinations.
Vamos a tirar.
Let's go, keep throwing, keep punching. Last round.
Vamos a tirar. Vamos a tirar.